Welcome back to the Anthony Spade channel. Before I get started, I want you to watch the entire video. If you like the video, press the like button at the end, press the subscribe button at the end, and the notifications button at the end of the video. All right, today we're going to be talking about why men could never love. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because women are taught to be, they have to learn how to be feminine. In today's world, majority of women are not taught to be feminine. It's something that they always have inside, but their psyches are always telling them to do something else. So a lot of women cannot find love. Even when they get in these lesbian relationships, those relationships are more domestic and more abusive than actual relationships with a man. So a lot of women out here are just not understanding why they're losing. And it's because men cannot love a feminist. Even though women are not claiming to be feminists, the ones that want to get married, they still have a feminist mindset. And that's what we're going to go over today. First, women nowadays are too cold to trust, which means that most women don't do anything ladylike anymore. So a guy doesn't trust them to do anything. Women are doing too many sneaking around. They're doing too much disrespect to men that men cannot gain respect towards them because of their ego and because of their attitude. This is one of the things that makes it hard for a man to love. It's because when a woman acts like that, she's always in a competitive nature. As long as a woman is in a competitive nature, then a man views her as alpha, not a equal. Next, women cover up majority of how they feel now. Even when a woman likes you, she acts her worst. So if a woman likes a man, she spends more time trying to intimidate him, trying to look like she don't like him at all. And she typically is going to miss out on chances because she's not realizing that men are not attracted to a woman's attitude. The beta male is. See, when it comes to a beta male, a woman can act like she has an attitude, and the beta male is just going to try to adjust to it and be like, what's wrong with her? What's wrong? He's going to always come through and try to be the hero. So women have a natural reaction to act like they're mad or to act like they are victimized in order to get attention real fast. That doesn't typically work with men anymore because showing that you have anger or acting like you have an attitude, just showing that you're a woman that nobody wants to be around, and women don't get that. Next, women never ask for help now. They think that they can do everything on their own. But men naturally want to help women. Men naturally want to get rich to take care of a woman. There's no man that wants to build up an empire and marry a woman that has her own empire. Most men are always aiming to take care of a woman. A man that goes out and chases success wants to help out a woman. This is why baby moms become very attractive to successful men, because it's part of his natural reaction, which is to try to help and build her up. It's the women that slows these things down. So when you have a woman that's acting like she don't need nobody to help her and she could do it on her own, then it runs and drives her crazy and causes people to overwork themselves. You have women now that are divorcing men that are raising kids by themselves, 3 to 4 kids by themselves, and working 2 jobs and think they're doing nothing wrong. But they don't pay attention to the streets are actually raising the children. So while she gets an ego by providing for them kids on her own, the children are losing because the streets are raising them, which means they're not going to amount to anything. But she gets to keep her ego by saying, I did it without the help of a man. Next, women would rather solve their own problems. That goes back to not needing help. All right. So women nowadays, when they have a problem, they rather go crazy trying to solve it. They'd rather disrupt everyone's life around them. That's what makes it hard for a man to connect to a woman. It's because women realize majority of the knowledge, women don't realize is that the majority of the knowledge that they think that they have came from a man that liked them, that just went along with them because they were a woman. That's what has women actually thinking that they're smart. It's because they're surrounded by people that are beta that just go along with them. but they never developed the experiences or the knowledge to get ahead. Like if you look at that woman like Angela Stanton, she's making a lot of buzz now, from the Breakfast Club. That was a woman that had a lot of kids, act like she knew everything, went to prison, lost her kids, and had to come home. But the knowledge that she gained, she knew like, all right, I can't think like these other women. I have to actually do something now. I have to learn what I have to do. Most women would never get that. So they have this mindset, I know it all and I don't need a man. That makes it hard for a man to want to love them. Next, women are not team players anymore, which means they're never looking to help you build anything. That's what makes it difficult with a man. See, a man doesn't want to gain success and just hang around people and say, hey, look at me, I'm successful. A man needs something to do. So when a man gains success, he's looking to build more with a woman. But you can't build anything with a woman now because she's not a team player. She's a selfish player. So relationships are business transactions. So it's like, what you got, what I got. A man got to be equal to me. Why? You're going to do a prenup anyway if you get married. But that's where they're at. They're more equality, not teamwork. It's more like, all right, we're together, but we're still going to compete with each other. A man doesn't want to compete with a woman. He wants to love her. Next, her perfection is a turnoff. Nowadays, women work twice as hard to do everything perfect. But it becomes a turnoff to a man because she starts to take life a little bit too serious. She starts analyzing everything, and then she starts hitting a lot of roadblocks where she starts becoming confused. When a woman becomes confused, she lashes out the most. And that's what you have a lot of women nowadays doing. They're lashing out the most because they cannot handle the pressure. And the reason why they can't handle the pressure is because every day that they look online at Instagram, the standards are going up even more. So now women don't even know what's considered top notch anymore. They're aiming to be perfect, but people right now are not even worried about perfection. What happens when all girls look the same? What happens when all girls wear the same thing? People become desensitized to that. So as women still aim to be perfect, they're not realizing is that the perfection they're trying to get to, men are desensitized to it. So men are not looking to fall in love with the perfect woman. They're looking to fall in love with the perfect mind. Next, feminists have standards that are unrealistic. All right? So when a man actually gets with a feminist, you're constantly competing while you're with a feminist. You got to compete with her with intelligence. You got to compete with her with money. You have to compete with her with who cooks better. Everything that you do is going to be competition because she starts raising her standards. Feminists are the type of women, right, that have standards so high that it's impossible for a man to fall in love with them. And where they mess up at, they're not afraid to tell these guys on dates their standards, what I'm looking for. I want this. He got to be this. He got to be that. Feminists push more men away. That's why men can never love feminists, because they're pushing them away while men are trying to get closer. But now that the world's in a feminist aura, it makes it hard for a man to love any woman, including his mother. Next, and last but not least, drama. Feminist women love drama. They love it more than anything. It's what keeps them going. Why? They're sexually deprived. They're lonely. They're a bunch of know-it-alls that are very insecure. They're always covering up their insecurities, and they care what everyone thinks about them. That's how come they try to do everything perfect. That has been the biggest disconnection between man and woman. So women have to have drama to bring excitement into their life because they have nothing else. The only bad part about it is there's a lot of guys nowadays that have beta male emotions that are fit to do the drama as well. So you have a lot of guys that have a feminist mindset because of their mom and because of the women that they have been around, that now the world's in one big aura where beta males and women are always arguing and fighting with each other. The lesbian community is more domestic than an actual regular relationship, as well as the gay community. But everyone's turning into the norm. What comes with that? Self-hate. And this is why men love feminists, because they're trying too hard to be perfect. They're just gonna end up. This is Anthony Spade. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hasta la vista.